Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, The Budgeting Biologist. My name is Brittany. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping on this little old video. If you're oldie but a goodie, thank you as always for coming back. Today, I'm gonna be talking about my financial goals for 2025, which I can't even believe I'm saying. But if you're interested in that type of content, please consider giving this video a like, commenting, and of course, subscribing to the channel. Your girl would appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and hop into this video. So hi, how are you? I hope you are doing well and staying safe, no matter wherever or whenever you may be watching this video. My name is Brittany. I am a 34-year-old zero-based budgeter outside of the Washington, D.C. channel, girl, get it together. DC area, trying to, work towards financial independence and staying debt free. And I'm sharing my journey here on my YouTube channel. So, I already said this in the intro, but I literally cannot believe that 2024 is almost at a close. It's just insanity to me how quickly this year has gone. And that we're almost like halfway through December and about to be in 2025, which is crazy. So I'm gonna be talking about what my financial goals are for 2025. Put down in the comments below, what are your goals for 2025? I would love to see, what you all are planning for next year, hoping to change in your budget or update or whatever it is. Put it down below in the comments. I would love to know. So these are just my financial goals. So I kind of don't have mine organized into categories or anything. I kind of just have some general ones and then like some more specific actual dollar amounts that I want to put towards certain goals that I have for 2025. So the first financial goal is that I want to diversify my investments outside of ETFs. Now, my primary investment vehicle that I use are ETFs, which are fantastic because they let you buy like a lot of different stocks all at once or pieces of a stock all at once. So in themselves, they are already really diversified, but I really want to start looking into buying like individual stocks, maybe getting into a little bit of crypto, like dipping my toe in like the crypto world, T-bills, so those are treasury bonds from the US government. There are so many other types of investment vehicles that we can invest in, and I definitely want to work on diversifying my investments outside of ETFs. So that is probably my main financial goal next year. And I'm very risk averse when it comes to investments, and that's something I'm trying to snap myself out of because if you really want to make money with investments, you do have to take some level of risk with that. So that's something I really thought about over the last year, and I definitely want to diversify my investments outside of ETFs. I'm still gonna buy ETFs, right? I'm still gonna be buying ETFs, VOO, VTI, those, the really common ones, QQQ, etc., right? But I am looking to diversify outside of ETFs. The second major goal that I have for next year is to start saving for baby. This is something that me and my very soon to be husband, we want to have a baby like yesterday, right? And so, and by the way, I know there's a lot of moms that are in the budgeting community and maybe watching my channel. So please send me all of your baby pregnancy vibes. Your girl is gonna need it as we try, to have a baby within the next year. But anyway, so we want to start saving for a baby. We've known that we wanted to have kids for a long time, but we haven't actually started setting aside money for a baby quite yet. But that is something that I definitely want to do, even if it starts off small in 2025. So again, send me all of the good mojo. I'm gonna need it as we embark on this journey to hopefully become parents in 2025, again, which is something we really, really, really want, and that I'm really looking forward to. And then any advice that you have like financially for a baby, right? From what my friends have told me about having a baby, they always tell me that having the baby, like the actual baby itself, is not that expensive, but like things like daycare are really where the expenses come from. But I'm not sure if that's just, just some of the people I know. I will be very curious to hear what some of the moms and dad and other parents that may be watching this video think. What are some things that we should be considering that I may not have thought of? I would absolutely love to know your thoughts. The next goal that we have is we need to start planning for some home improvements. And me and my soon-to-be husband really need to sit down and kind of rank these things that we want to have done to the house. I kind of have ranked them here, but I don't know if he's going to think differently about the way I have it ranked, etc. But this is what I have right now. So the number one thing that we need to get replaced on this house is the roof. The house is 40 years old and the roof is original. Luckily, knock on wood, we have not had any issues with it so far. When did we move in here? We moved in here in March 2023. It's December 2024. So far we have not had any issues out of the roof. So crossing my fingers, but we know that it's time to get replaced. I did get some quotes that are gonna run between $7,000 to $10,000, which I think is pretty reasonable for my area. And our goal has always been for this house to have to go into debt for improvement or maintenance, right? That is our goal. And I think we're at the point where we could probably afford the roof replacement outright without having to take a loan. So we want to get that done sooner rather than later before any potential problems can get worse. So for me, I'm gonna again talk to my soon-to-be husband, but for me, that's my number one goal for the home improvement is to get that roof replaced. The next thing that we're gonna have to take care of is that we do have a small ceiling leak. It is right under my tub. So we know that it's there. We saw where the previous owners had got it fixed. It looks like that was several years ago and that needs to be fixed again. The reason why I'm not super worried about it is because we do have 3 full bathrooms in this house. So my soon-to-be husband has his own bathroom. I had my own bathroom and then we have an additional one downstairs. So I've just been using the downstairs one and it's been fine. I haven't had to use the upstairs one at all. And for right now, that arrangement is working. So it's not super pressing, but it is something that we want to get done, especially if we want to have a baby. I would like to get that done before the baby arrives because it involves tearing out, the ceiling and replacing the pipe most likely and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, for right now, it's not really that big of a deal, but if we do have a baby, it definitely becomes more of a priority. The next thing that I would want to get done on the house is to replace the showers and tubs. So when we bought this house, the previous owners did renovate them, but to be honest with you, it wasn't done that well. The paint is chipping up in both my husband's bathroom and my bathroom. I keep saying my husband. He's not my husband yet. That's literally next week. We get married. But my soon-to-be husband's bathroom and my bathroom are the tub, they're chipping. So honestly, they just need to be replaced. They just need to be replaced. I know that's going to be, out of everything here, that's probably going to be the most expensive. Can we make it work without that? Yes, the tubs are still absolutely functional. But it is something that we're going to have to get done eventually. And then last, at least for me and my priorities, is our backyard. Right now, our backyard is all stone. And it was a compromise that I made when we bought this house. I really wanted a backyard, but we all got to make compromises in life. And that was my compromise to get other things. So I would really like to get a grass backyard so I can garden. We have a dog that I'm sure would love having a grass backyard. Of course, if we have kids, they will love it, depending on how long that we stay in this house. So that is something I would really like. That's more of a want than a need. And that's why I put it last on my list. So again, I'm gonna talk to my soon-to-be husband and see where he kind of, ranks these various things. But that's just kind of what I'm seeing right now. Okay. Next on my list, and I put like 3 stars next to this, is because this is like a very lofty goal for 2025, is to plan for a new car. Right now, I have a little sedan that I bought in 2020, so I've had it almost 4 years. And my previous car before that, I had that car for like a solid 11 or 12 years. I think it was like 11 or 12 years. I had it when I was in high school, drove it all the way through college, drove it all the way through graduate school, and for a couple years of my postdoc until I bought this car. So I'm the type of person where I hold on, especially to my cars, for a very long time. So, but I am thinking about the possibility of getting a new car. Of course, when I say new, I mean used, right? It's just gonna be new to me. But I am thinking about the possibility of getting a new car, especially if we have a baby. I would love to get something a little bit bigger and a little bit safer. My dream car, y'all, is like a Subaru Outback. We rented one when we went on a road trip earlier this year, and I absolutely loved it. They're pricey, but they're, I think, one of the safest cars on the road. So that's like my dream car. And I'm planning to get one right now. So we'll see how long it takes me to save up for that. My thing with getting a new/used car is that the 2 cars that I have paid for in cash. So I've actually never had a car payment. And it's not something that I really want. Like my car that I got in high school that took me all the way up to my postdoc, I paid for that car. Like I paid for half, and then my parents paid for the other half. And then my car that I got in 2020, I paid for that all on my own in cash. So I've actually never had a car payment, and I really don't want to start now. So I'm trying to plan and think about how could I save up for a new car. I'm mostly gonna do that through investments, like my investments that I have in like my taxable brokerage account with Robinhood. Like that will probably be my primary means of saving for that. Especially if I hold the money for a long time in the account, I won't be subject to like short-term capital gains. It'll be long-term capital gains tax, which isn't as much. So that's a really long-winded way to say I am gonna plan for a new car sooner rather than later, but I probably won't pull the trigger until I have enough money saved specifically for the car so I can buy it in cash. Because honestly, while my car is small and, you know, whatever, it will do even if I have a baby. So this is a very lofty goal of something that I would like to at least get started on in 2025. My next goal is to switch to a Roth 401k. So if you don't know what a Roth 401k is, it's exactly, well, not exactly, but it's very similar to a Roth IRA, meaning that you're taxed on the contribution now, but the money grows tax-free. And my job does have a Roth 401k. Right now, I put 15% into the traditional and 5% to the Roth. But I have done the math, and I think at least right now, we'll see how things evolve in 2025. But at least right now, I think I can afford to put my entire contribution into a Roth 401k. And sorry, I said that wrong. I put 10% in traditional and 5% in Roth. I think right now I can afford to put the full 15 in a Roth 401k, which is, you know, ideal because again, your contributions grow tax-free. So that is a goal of mine that I'm gonna try to do and see how it works out. Next is going to be reduce fund spending. I just talked about this in my Q3 review, which I'm gonna link up in the cards. I really do need to reduce my fund spending. If I want to plan for a new car and switch to a Roth IRA and be able to save comfortably for a baby, the amount of money that I spend on fun and going out, like the money has to come from somewhere, right? So I'm gonna have to reduce my fund spending no matter what. So that is something that I definitely plan on working on in 2025 is reducing my fund spending. And then the last one is actually a goal that I have for 2024, but it didn't work out. And we'll see how things pan out in 2025. But we really want to refinance our house. Right now, we have a 6.5% interest rate. And even a point and a half down would be amazing. So, the Federal Reserve has been doing their cuts, and I know that's not totally tied to mortgage refinance rates and interest rates, but it does influence it from my understanding. So refinancing our house is something that we really want to do. Of course, the interest rate is out of our control, but that is one of the reasons why we don't want to take on any additional debt for any of these home improvements, is because if we refinance our house, having little to no debt is going to help you get a better rate. So that is one thing that we would love to do, and we'll see if it actually works out. So now moving on to, I'm actually going to blow this up a little bit so it can be easier to see. Now moving on to more specific, like actual dollar amount money goals that I have for 2025. And again, a lot of these are subject to change, so we'll see. So no matter what I just do with the Roth 401k or whatever, I'm still gonna max out an Roth IRA until I can't anymore. And that's, I think it's still $7,000 for next year. So that's $585 per month that I'm gonna be putting towards maxing out a Roth IRA. This is gonna happen no matter what. I'm always going to do this so that at least a portion of my retirement is growing tax-free. Always gonna do that. Now, if I choose to max out a Roth 401k, that's gonna be about, yes, it's a lot of money though, $904 per a paycheck, which again, I have done the math. I think I can swing it. I know I can do at least 15%, but I think I can swing $904 per paycheck at least right now. If, everything stayed the same, which hopefully it doesn't, hopefully I get pregnant. But for right now, I could afford this. So that's what I'm gonna plan on doing. And I need to actually change my contribution before December 15th so it can take effect for my first paycheck in January. So I need to do that. Maybe I should do that right after this video. But anyway, so that is a goal that I have. Now the baby, this is just something to throw out there. I'm gonna try to do $100 a month. My fiance, he'll probably try to do the same. And this is just a starting place that we'll play around with as the year goes on. Investing, I do want to do $200 per month at investing. Again, this is going to be ETFs, and then hopefully I'm going to diversify the type of investments that I'm doing to, literally just diversify my investments. And then my last specific money goal that I have for 2025 is I haven't forgotten about my personal savings account. My personal savings account is at a pretty good place. I feel very comfortable with what I have in my personal savings account. So I don't feel like I need to continue to add a bunch of money to it every month. So I'm still gonna do about $167 per month towards my personal savings account. And then my last goal is, I actually should have wrote this, but I'm gonna try to go back to bi-weekly budgeting. And I've been thinking about going back to bi-weekly budgeting for a couple reasons. When I originally started my channel, I got paid on a monthly basis, so it made sense to budget on a monthly basis. Then I got paid when I was a contractor on a semi-monthly basis. And now that I'm a full employee, I get paid on a bi-weekly basis. And what I find is that when I do the monthly budgeting now, I sometimes am not allocating the money to where it should be going, every month. I hope that made sense. Like, meaning some weeks I just do need more money in shopping, or I just do need more money in health or whatever, right? So if I do it at the beginning of the month, there's not as much wiggle room in the budget as if I did it bi-weekly, based on what's going to be happening in that upcoming week. So I am going to try to do bi-weekly budgeting in 2025 and see how it goes. All right, y'all, that is gonna go ahead and end my video. If you did enjoy, please consider giving this a like, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. I would love to see what are your financial goals for 2025. What are you excited about? What are you planning on, updating your budget or changing? What are your goals for next year? I would love to know. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.